Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for January 30th through February 6th. I gotta be honest, didn't look at the astrology, but I have a pick your own with a brand new deck that I just opened like 2 minutes ago. I'm gonna pick three cards from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck. It's an astrological deck. And I have your goddess card and your crystal card for the week. We're coming off of that intense full wolf moon in Leo. It is out there still shining so brightly. And when I woke up this morning, it was shining brightly still. And then even in the afternoon, it's so intense and close to the earth that it was still prominent in, you know, what time did I go out? I guess it was late morning, but it was, you could still see it. It was crazy. Um, so how did you make out? I know the energy was really intense. I had myself a good cry the other morning, like something triggered me. If you saw my Facebook post about one of the foxes at Juniper Fox's place, it's a fox I follow on Instagram. I love following animals. They really make wonderful posts, but I've been following Juniper for almost 6 years. And one of the baby foxes that they rescued from a fox farm passed away due to a ruptured intestine. It really had me upset because I love these animals. I love animals. But anyway, enough of that. Our crystal of the week, you're never going to believe it. I shuffled the deck really, really well. And it's aquamarine again. Oh, you know what? You can't even see. You can't see it. I don't know because I have my studio light so that you could see me. But it's the same card from last week, although I do have my bigger aquamarine this week. And because aquamarine can either be hard to find or expensive, when I was taking this out of the bin, I noticed that my fluorite, it's not the same, but fluorite is very healing, green fluorite, and it kind of is a little similar. And if you look, well, you really can't see, and this is a drawing, but fluorite is easy to come by. It's really inexpensive. Green fluorite has many similar soothing, calming, healing properties of aquamarine. Of course, I love the aquamarine better, but this can work just as well because we are doing some major, major healing during this time. I think this is why the aquamarine, can't even talk. Oh, Mercury went retrograde today, and I'm a Gemini, ruled by Mercury. So, of course, I can't speak right. Words, thoughts, I'm speaking backwards. Um, no wonder aquamarine came up again because we do need that soothing energy and, tears, salt baths, the ocean, that cleansing, that's all part of the aquamarine energy. Um, I wrote a really good article about, at least I think it's really good, about the upcoming energies of February. And it's mostly about the stellium or cluster of planets in the sign of Aquarius. Unprecedented numbers. 8 celestial bodies that I speak of, all in Aquarius. So we're coming out of a 200-year-ish energy of Earth, which is very dense, it's material, very solid energy. And now we're in Aquarius for the next, I think it's 130 years, and then slides back into Earth, maybe, and then it will move back into air. So these are 200-year transits, but we're in air, and it's so much different than Earth. I am an air sign, so I'm very used to, being fluid and moving, and air is very quick, but it's also very light, and it could be affecting a lot of you because you're used to that denser earth energy. And instead of, being dished out a little bit of the air at a time, we're getting it all in one big lump, like, um, and it's like a preview of what the next 200 years are going to be. It's not going to be like that all of the time, but it's like, okay, here you go. This is what we're going to be living in. And in a way it's kind of good because we're just getting it dumped onto us in one shot, and then it will start to dissipate. But what I talk about in my blog, I'm bringing up an asteroid goddess. Her name is Chariklo. And many of us astrologers, we've been talking about Chariklo. Pam Gregory brought it up last year. And then she spoke about it again recently. And then I've been having discussions back and forth with a lot of other astrologers about Chariklo. So who is she? I write about her in the blog. But she is the wife of Chiron. And I speak about Chiron quite a bit. He's the wounded healer, centaur, who was a teacher and a healer here on Earth back during Greek mythology, if it even is a myth, but he got wounded. He got shot by accident by an arrow, and he couldn't heal himself. He could heal everybody else. He could teach people to heal. He couldn't heal himself. So Zeus, Jupiter, cast him up into the stars, turned him into an asteroid so that he wouldn't die. However, his wife, Chariklo, was still here on Earth. She's a medicine woman. She's part of the divine feminine. You know that I'm doing 52 weeks of goddesses. She's not my goddess that I picked for the week, though, but I do speak of her. She was best friends with Vesta, who is one of the asteroid goddesses that I'm going to be incorporating and studying this year. And then also Pallas Athena, or Pallas Athene, was another one of her best friends. Chariklo learned everything that she knows from Vesta and from Pallas Athene. Pallas Athena was the goddess warrior, and I know she's in this deck of cards. And Vesta is also in this deck of cards. Vesta um, was dedicated to looking over the Vestal flame, the eternal flame. So Chariklo learned dedication, perseverance, sacrifice through Vesta. And then she learned that warrior, strong goddess woman part um, from Athena. And then, of course, she is known as a medicine woman. She is also someone who speaks up for herself because of Athena. And so she's teaching us when we say no, it means no. And she just moved in to Aquarius today. So that's really interesting. Simultaneously, Mercury went retrograde today in Aquarius. So there are the two. Then we have the Sun, Saturn, Jupiter. Pallas Athena is also in Aquarius. Mercury, Venus will be moving into, Mercury's there, Venus will be moving in, and then the moon will be new on February 11th, making it that 8 celestial bodies in Aquarius all at the same time. Then I talk about how those planets are pointing, it's like the finger of God pointing right down to Virgo. So wherever that Virgo mansion is in your chart, you want to be looking at, where is Aquarius in my chart? Where is Virgo in my chart? They are also squaring, facing off, being challenged by Uranus and Mars in Taurus. I put the charts up in my blog so that you could see what it looks like. And yeah, should be a month full of surprises. And I think our minds could be blown by the end of the month. This is kind of like a free for all and anything goes. And so just hold on, strap yourself in, secure your seatbelt, because I think this February could be a little crazy. Definitely finances. I talk about this in the blog. Finances, economic plight, the economy. And we just saw that in the stock market in the United States, like that craziness. That's all part of this. And part of that as well is the United States is having its Pluto return. It's been almost 300 years. Now, yes, I'm talking about the United States, but this affects the world economy. So, because the United States is such a big energy in the world, whether you want to believe it or not, and I apologize for anybody that doesn't live here, but because of this Pluto return, and the aspect it's making to Mars, there could be some upheavals in finance and the economy and money. And I talk about that in the blog, and it does affect the whole entire global economy. So that's why it's so important. How about we pick a card? And then I will tell you what my goddess card is of the week. Let's pick a card. Brand new deck from it's the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. It's an astrological deck, and it's from Caroline Smith and John Astrop. I don't know. I was looking at, you know, this deck. It's really extensive, so I may have to read from the book. All right, so are you going to take card number 1? Card number 2? Or card number 3? I haven't even looked at these yet. So that's 3, 2, 1. I got to turn it around without looking. I think I will take card number 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. You choose a card. I'm going to let you know what it is, tell you the meaning, and then I will also post a more detailed channeled message with the astrology on Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Facebook and Instagram. All right, 1, 2, or 3. Let's see, let's see. I have no idea what I'm doing with this deck. I think I'm going to read it when I do readings as an astrological wheel, because it is an astrology deck. But we'll see what message is needed for you for this Aquarius energy, for this Mercury retrograde. I said I chose number 3. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I think these are all really good messages. I think these will turn out to be really good messages. All right. So if you chose card number 1, the card, guess what? You can't even see it, can you? Because of, you can see it back here a little bit. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause you. I'm going to fix my light, and I'll be right. All right. This is card number 1. I think you could see it now. It is indecision. And this is marked by Venus. And I don't know what that astrological symbol is. I think it might be Aquarius, but oh, it could be Libra, because this looks like a Libra type of card. And it does say 7 on there. So that would be 7th house. That's relationships. Let me get the book out. Let's see. I have no idea. Oh, okay. So each of these cards, some are like Sun cards, Venus cards, Mercury cards, Moon cards. Okay, so I found Venus. I think this is a Venus card. Okay, so it's supposed to be Libra. So it's Venus in Libra, and it's the seventh house. So this would represent love, the sense of justice and beauty. And it says Libra lies between the gentle perfection of Virgo and the dramatic emotions of Scorpio. Um, a large social gathering, a wedding, a difficult decision to make, a business partnership in the arts, an artist lover. All right, so those are the themes. Excuse me. Seventh house. So this would be relationships. This is business. I'm winging it, right? This is business related. This is love related. It looks like there is an indecision between two different people, possibly. Look, there's a woman behind the tree with her hands on her head crying. You've got an hourglass with wings on it down there. Then you have this angel here. That looks like the angel of Virgo, kind of. But I mean, it's a Libra symbol. So, oh, it's the Lady of Justice and balance and harmony. So that's what all of that is. Now remember, it is a Venus card, so this is about love. It is about our heart. Um, and it says if this card is drawn, it suggests that you have come to a stage at which a decision is imperative. There has been much dithering back and forth over an important matter, and now the time has come to be firm and take the consequences. Okay, well, there you go. That's card number one. I'll talk more about that on Monday on Facebook and Instagram, especially after, I mean, like this book. Look at the type. It's like very tiny type. It's very detailed. I just opened the box before I came on. Card number two. Oh, that was card three. Okay, because I know that because I looked at it and laughed. Okay, so this is card two. Um, you've got a sun and a moon there. It says ninth house. It's about principle. Jupiter is the planet. It's in Sagittarius. There's a dove there with an olive branch. There is a bishop's cap. Um, there is a castle gate, you know, or passage through. I'm trying to think. So this would say peace, sun and moon. This would be, you know, the exuberance, but also the emotion. The bishop's hat is talking to me, I think, about religion. So it's like moral principles, I'm thinking. Jupiter is about expansion, it's about more. Sagittarius is freedom and belief. So let's see. Let's see what that says. Oh, I just passed the Jupiters. Venus, no. Mars, Jupiter. And I know I got to go to number 9. So this is talking about Jupiter is about gain here. Sagittarius is optimism and adventure. And this is ruins represent establishment of earlier times. And you know what? I did get new glasses so that I could see better. Are these my new ones? I don't know if they're my new ones. I got like stronger prescription so that I can see better. Oh, these are definitely the old ones. And I can't even see with the new ones. That's horrible. That's horrible. Um, it says when this card appears, it will raise a matter of principle or life philosophy that is particularly related to whatever your question is. Events surrounding this is planning a grand tour of the world or a world trip. Good luck. They obviously wrote this before COVID. Being completely immersed in a new philosophy or religion, conversation, and the need to persuade others of your own personal philosophy. Well, you're not going to do that. And if you are doing that, then that means you better stop. In my blog, I specifically speak about healing. I speak about how my guides told me there is not one human on this planet that doesn't have some sort of a wound. And we need to take at least this year, if not this year and next year, to work on our own personal wounds before we start helping or advising any people. Of course, like if that's what you do for a living, like, I'm advising you. And I will admit, like, there are wounds. I got triggered by seeing that post about that fox because I love that cute little fox. And it made me think about my dogs and then I think about somebody else. And, things will come up, but it's good because that's what the aquamarine is about. Getting those tears out, shedding and getting that out so that we can clear that energy. That's all part of the healing. So I'm thinking like with this energy, like don't be up on a high horse trying to push your philosophical morals, like check yourself before you wreck yourself. But maybe you are going on a trip. I just rebooked a vacation from last year I've rebooked it for this year. Um, Coming up, and I'm at the point where it's like I'm going to double mask, I'm going to sanitize. I have to go somewhere. I got to get away. And the trip was already paid for. It's just been sitting on hold because it was canceled due to COVID. And I need a vacation. I need a vacation. And it's only for 3 days, but I don't care. Like, woohoo. I have several hundred hours of vacation time for my day job. I got to use this. All right. Card 3. This is the card I picked. And this is really funny. It's flattery. And it looks like two heads from the Gemini. Like, okay. It's the third house. It is Venus again. Oh, and it is Gemini. It is Gemini. Down at the bottom, look, it's the Gemini symbol. So it's third house. This would so be me. This is funny. So it is a Venus card again. So see down in the, right over here, the Venus symbol, the Gemini symbol, that's the house number. And then there's the energy, flattery. Huh. Well, we are in a Mercury retrograde. It is in Aquarius, but Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo sometimes, although I think Chiron rules Virgo. Okay, what are we doing? Looking for the Venus card. These should be fun once I get the hang of it. All right, so this once again talks about love. The Gemini is about mental. It's our thoughts and our words, and it's awareness. It says the god Janus, which is for January, whose two faces look towards the past and the future. Here it symbolizes the Gemini quality of talking to one person while listening to another. It's the story of my life. The spreading plant suggests the multiplicity of Venus and Gemini nature. All right, and then this says, so I'm just going to put that there. When this card shows up in a reading, it usually indicates to us that a little amenable, smooth talk will achieve far more in the current situation than a competitive wrangle. Oh, so I love this. So this card's basically saying that you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, or more flies with honey. So this says pour on the flattery. If there's something you're wanting, you have to schmooze a little bit. Well, being a Gemini, I can do that. And you know what? It's not totally inauthentic. I maybe I'm just so used to schmoozing and being myself. All right, so it says the events that surround this, a secret love affair. Ooh, I want one of those. An image, or wait, an imagined romance. I don't want one of those. Two lovers at a time. Definitely want one of that. Um, and a deceptive courtship. Do not want one of those. And a constant need for company. That's totally not me because I don't need company. I like being by myself. But I will take the salacious love affair. I will take the two lovers at a time, but it better not be secret and deceptive and whatever other negative connotations there were. So those are the cards for the week, and I will do the channel message and I'll give you more information from here. And then finally, last but not least, my goddess card for the week. And it's the Spider Woman. And can you see her? I will post. Oh, I didn't even realize. I will post this tomorrow on Sunday. But Spider Woman, I'm hoping you could see it. Maybe I'm just not seeing it good in the camera here. But I love that this card came up for several reasons because I feel like it really went with my blog and the upcoming energy that we're in, especially the energy coming off of this full moon in Leo. So think about it. Leo rules typically the fifth house. The fifth house is about creativity, and it's that fire and it's that spark, that energy, the creative juices that are flowing. And that's what Spider Woman is about. So I love that. Last week was Brigid, and February 1st is Brigid's Day. And then we're moving into the pagan holiday of Imbolc, which is part of Brigid's history, the goddess Brigid. Some call her the goddess bride or Bridget. It depends on where you are in the world, but she is the goddess of the first signs of spring. We have Groundhog Day in most parts of the world, I believe. I know we have it here in the United States. I know Canada has it. You'll have to let me know if you're from anywhere other than the North America, if you have Groundhog's Day. So it's when the groundhog comes out of his little burrow, and if he sees his shadow, he runs back in the burrow, and we have 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see his shadow, then we have an early spring. Well, we're getting a nor'easter, which is a northeastern storm, and our temperatures are really cold right now. So we are about to get walloped with snow. We usually only get one bad snowstorm a year, but where I'm living, they're looking at 18 plus inches of snow. And for other places in the world, I don't know how many centimeters that is specifically. Hold on, let's see if she knows. Hey Google. Hey Google. How many centimeters is 18 inches?
Inches is equivalent to 45.72 centimeters.
Okay, so for those of you, most of this world on the metric system, more than 45 centimeters. That's how much snow is expected here. All right. Anyway, so Spider Woman empowerment message. And I'm going to give you more information on this tomorrow, but she's a Navajo goddess. And I've spoken about this before. Native Americans believed that the spider was the creator of the world and the universe, and that the spider, the mother, the creator mother, lives up in the heavens, weaving her web and creating. And I really want you to check in on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, and I will post this in my blog. I've been adding the goddesses to a blog, a perpetual blog that I have each week. So you can go on expressionsoftheuniverse.com and check out the full entire message for each goddess every single week. And I'll put the newest goddess up at the top so you can just go in and check it out. Each week I'm going to republish it as a brand new article so that it'll show up in the top. Then don't forget that the Chariklo and Aquarius blog that I did today will be right under that. But the Spider Woman talks about how our thoughts and our words and our feelings are weaving our reality, and that we have to be so careful in what we're thinking and what we're saying and what we're feeling, because that is what's going to show up in front of our faces. And if you don't believe it, um, I don't know what to say. If you're having a shitty life, think about what you're thinking of, think about what you're watching, think about what, where are you spending your energy and your time? Are you allowing people to trigger you? Are you allowing certain events in the outer world to trigger you? Because if you are, you got to shut that off. And I talk about that in my blog. Right now, and I keep hearing this in so many different channels all over, sovereignty, which is all about ourself and standing in our own power. If things are on the outside of us are affecting us, you got to cut it out of your life. Looking for a drink, because it's affecting your overall health. And right now we're in a process of some deep healing, and it's body, mind, and spirit. So I love that this Native American goddess is coming forth this week. I will post this on Facebook and Instagram on Sunday, January 31st, before I go to work. I am working at Solutions for Daily Living in Newtown on January 31st. I think the last time I checked, I may have one opening left. So you can always come up and see me. And then I won't be back there until February 13th. I think that's all I have. Be sure to check out the companion blog for this video. I will post the link down on YouTube, and then I'll post a copy of this in the blog. So either way, you'll see it, and then I'll post it on Facebook, Instagram, and in my link tree. So it'll be everywhere. And I think my website automatically tweets it onto Twitter because I am there. Anyway, have a great week. If you are on the East Coast of the United States or in North America, because I think Canada may get hit, my friends up in Ottawa, Ottawa? I, I don't know. My mind is in Mercury retrograde land. And anyway, stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you all next week. Now, if I can just figure out how to turn this off. Oh, and before I leave, check out the other videos that pop up at the end of this video. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, if you feel like it, click my head and subscribe. Comment me, give me some thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Let me know what you think. And yes, have a great week. Bye.